Hello, this is Jimmy Halfaker. I wanted to give a verbal report and with pictures on the inspection that was done on 5856 Ridgewood Road on 6/10 of 22. This is the front, rear, one of the, and then the driveway was noted to have several areas that are broken, that are considered to be in need of maintenance and repair. The parking lot seems to be in better shape than the driveway. This is the rear lot, and noted that striping could be improved, restriping, and paying particular attention to any need that may be any need for handicap spaces to be designated should be done. The exterior inspection consisted of the wood cladding, the windows, and soffit and fascia area, and roof. So let's walk through this. Here's a picture of a window. As can be seen up close, this window is in poor condition and in need of replacing. This is not a typical number of windows were found to be in this condition. This is a picture of the wood cladding. It's a close-up where you see this material has reached the end of its life expectancy, and while it may be serviceable at the moment, replacement of the cladding should be anticipated in the not too distant future. This particular area. This is a piece of soffit and fascia that has been replaced. Actually, that's a close-up that shows some of the damage. This is not atypical for wood, exposed wood. This also was a picture of how this light has been configured. This is not a typical application for this type of light. Improvements could be made. Squirrel hole at the end of the soffit and fascia. More damage to the cladding. More cladding. Railings across the front. These railings are not high enough above grade that the building code requirement of 4 inches is violated, but these are some deterioration, and possibly replacement of some of the wood components as well as maintenance may be appropriate. More soffit and fascia area. Here's some of the windows are metal, and here we see where one is damaged. This piece is detached, gasket is loose. This window is cracked. This window's another gasket issue. More cladding as we walked around. This is the entrance to the crawl space. It's on the right near the rear, and we'll go through the crawl space shortly. Vegetation is present in some areas that needs trimming and away from the structure, so trimming should be done. In some instances, the entryway to some of the back areas has obviously has got heavy buildup of stain. This area could be pressure washed, cleaned. Any area of damaged wood should be replaced. This is also a vegetation in the gutter issue. Gutters are in need of maintenance and cleaning. And the roof, as here's more deteriorated wood. A walkway, some of the wood in contact with the ground, continually deteriorated. The roof is a major concern. Here you can see shingles that are missing. The roof is in need of replacing. Out back, There is provisions for a dumpster, also some trash and debris that needs to be cleaned up and removed. Tree limbs that are dead or dying, it needs to be addressed. Doors are ill-fitting. Some locations, this is an exterior door. There we go. Going back, looking at the outside, we've got a fence that is not properly secured. Go to the crawl space. This is a typical pier that is providing support. This picture is shown for example only. There's been some debris and suggesting some work might have possibly been done to some of the piers at some point in time, but this is typical. More of the same, typical. This shows that these dark spots and splotches is where fungus growth is present on the underneath. The piping in this area is black PVC material. It's commonly called ABS. Here it shows ABS. It shows moisture barrier is present. Some of the moisture barrier is not placed effective on the ground. We did find that there was some areas that were not covered by a moisture barrier, such as this area where there is a sump and pump present that collects water that gets in this area. This shows a picture of the end of a pipe, but here is standing water under the crawl space, more standing water, more of the fungus that's underneath this area, standing water. This is a cast iron pipe that has been in contact with the ground, and it can be seen it's not in the best of condition. Another pipe, this pipe has been capped. This is a wider view of the crawl space showing moisture. Some showing how the support is tied in with girders, and also some of the wood issues that are present in this area. Supplementary support has been added. This has been placed, and then also these members across this section as supplementary support. That's not typical with new construction. Same here, supplementary support. That is a fungus. Those little hairy looking attachments. The electrical components that are underneath are boxed in conduit as enclosed in a junction box, as well as in conduit, as they should be for this type of construction. Another pier to splice. This pipe is broken. We weren't sure exactly what this was. This pipe is broken, and at the time that we were there, it had an active leak, and at this location, it's going to need to be repaired. Floors are damaged. Here's some wood damage that needs repair. Crawl space venting is very important on this type of construction. These vents should be left open to get as much cross ventilation to remove damp, moist air from this area as possible. Here we go with some more pictures of the roof, roof shingles, and shows the granule loss. Boots are not fully seated at bottom in some areas. This is the up to the electrical section. Here is the meter, and then this is a Federal Pacific switch on the left, and then a Federal there. And one of the concerns that we noted was here is also a meter with the other side. All our components are heavily rusted. It could be sanded and painted for longevity. The interior was circuit breakers are okay. We did not see that they were marked, and the circuits are not identified. However, and then also holes in the bottom that should be filled. This was the earlier electrical item where we see a plug is connected in that recessed fixture. Going inside, some fixtures, lamps were out. Lamps needed replacing. This is part of a alarm system. It was in a closet. Drywall repairs needed. Some receptacles are loose or else ill-fitting in the wall. This panel, two of the panels, very similar, if not the same, and these units are manufactured by. These panels are manufactured by Federal Pacific. It's known as a Stablock panel. This particular type was manufactured a number of years ago, and Federal Pacific has been out of this business for a considerable period of time. The industry has been very critical, and many electricians have a very negative view of this type panel. One of the things that, this should be an item that would be discussed with an electrician as a recommendation, whether or not to keep these panels on an older structure or else to have them removed. At this location, notice this has been taped over. There's a blank that is made to fill this empty spot rather than tape. That should be changed as a minimum. Fluorescent fixtures are present. Missing covers, some location. Outside condensing unit, that's one. Refrigeration line. We like to see insulation fully covered up to this to eliminate outside sweating. There's the second unit. This one is manufactured by Lennox. Inside, some of the registers are noted to be rusty. Some of the registers are needed of cleaning. And gas was off at time of inspection for at least one of the units. Sorry about that. We jumped a little quick. And water outside faucet. This has been stripped off, but it could be. There is a secure type faucet that you can get. It has a handle. This should be repaired by using that. Inside appliances, where we did have okay, this I think may have been a small refrigerator, and here's another fridge. Portable microwave replaced, and we had a small sink, another small sink, more sinks. One of the things, one sink noted to have a hole that could be. This is a minor item where there's an item that can be purchased to fill that hole. Refrigerator, another microwave. Start in the bathroom. Sinks, typical. In this case, there's no stopper mechanism. One bathroom is missing the light bulb as well as cover. In this particular one, staining in the seat, loose toilet, door issues. This was another door that leads to the exterior. Gasketing needs repair. The threshold plate was noted to be loose. Plumbing underneath the sink, as in some instances, is chrome piping. This needs to be replaced. Here's another example at high corrosion. Some windows, for example, in front of the table were not evaluated and tested, although in this instance we're going to see deterioration is visible from the interior. There's a window that's cracked. Then here we go for more deterioration. Interior doors rub in some instances, bottom or else top. More rubbing doors. This rear door, the gasket is damaged, and this is a shower that could not be evaluated as unknown. This was in one office that's used for storage. Carpeting has soiled areas that are serviceable, could be replaced. More stored areas in some locations. Door had been removed. Door will ghost open or close. Minor damage to carpet. Tile damage. Backing this up. This is a small area here at the and in that ceiling items noted here. There's some water stains that should be addressed. More door issues. Small sink. Water stains in this office apparently. And then this one is door that does not, also that rubs. Here is a looks like a storage shed on the back that was locked and we didn't inspect it, but it does have a wood shake roof on it. This probably should be changed to something else. One of the air conditioners is manufactured in 2005, and this unit is noted to be a 5-ton, and the same okay. Breakers in the panel, note one, at least one if not noted to be not marked. There's the 200 amp main disconnect, is what's for disconnecting outside. Here is the second unit, which is a Lennox. It's a 5-ton. This unit was manufactured in 2003. The attic was entered in the hallway through the pull down stairway. You can see this hardware is loose. The railing is split. This pull down stair should be replaced. This is a picture of the attic. Note this has a 1x4 purling, and then there has been OSB installed atop. This is support is by way of engineered truss. Several have been cut as shown here, and additional bracing has been installed. This was to allow access for the equipment. Water heater, here's a 40-gallon. It was manufactured 12 of 2002, manufactured by Rheem. This is a case where the vent pipe for the water heater is touching wood. This is a type B vent. It should have a minimum of 1-inch clearance. Note it does not have the clearance. Here we go into one. This is in the attic. One of the air conditioning systems in the attic drain line is routed by way of this lift station. This lift station should be, as a minimum, should be located in a pan, so that if it quits, and additionally in the pan should be a water alarm, so that if it quits, it gives off an alarm, or else possibly this should be configured so that this would shut the unit down before damage occurs. some more pictures of the attic and number of bad pictures. There's one of the systems in that attic is a carrier. Likely the carrier has been replaced. This flex line is a gas line that goes into the unit. At one time, this was common practice. However, currently, the gas codes require that this tight portion of the line, this flex line, not pass through this opening, but a black pipe stub out should come out, and then it should be joined into there. This should be changed. This is the top of the pull down stairway. This spring is defective, or this unit, this lever on this side that pulls or tracks the spring up and hold it, the stair and hold it under a bias. Effort is required to operate this. This entire unit should be replaced, and minor damage at one location. This receptacle is not GFCI rated. All receptacles in bathrooms and areas adjacent to water should be GFCI type. This starts another inspection. So that's the end of these notes.